Hello everyone. I'm gonna be doing some recordings for today because I have some plans that I have for this evening, so I won't be able to stream. So I thought, why not sit down and do some arenas ladder climbing. Yes, that's the word for it. We're gonna be playing some Dimir rogues. I pulled this current list off of a list that I saw on Goldfish. Someone won like an MTG standard challenge with this not that long ago. I think 3 days ago, 4 days ago, and we're gonna be trying their list out. You might notice that I don't have any triomes. That's because I don't own any triomes, and wild cards are a pain to get in here, especially rare cards, because you have to use them on basically all of your lands if you don't get them. So, gotta work with what I got. So, to compensate for the triomes I'm not playing, I'm playing a few extra basics and then a Castle Vantress so I can get some scrying, and then Castle Lockflame. So, we'll see how this goes and go from there. So I'm gonna quickly break down what the standard meta currently looks like. It hasn't really changed that much since I last looked at it. So I know you won't see it on the screen. Actually, let me see if I can bring it onto the screen. Give me 1 second. I had something for this. Let me see. I got a source. I'll figure it out. Whoops. Let's get that out of here. Yup. Anyways, I'll figure it out and I'll probably make another segment for it. Quickly cutting from here to there. Alright. So breaking down the standard meta game right now. Currently in first, no supplies, is the Sultai control deck. This deck's just been dominating for the longest period of time. And in the recent announcement that Wizards made with regards to bans, they currently banned only Thassa's Oracle from Historic, and they haven't touched Standard still. I think that's relatively fine because even though this deck can be a nuisance, the top decks kind of either run right underneath it or just kind of deal with the ultimatum and kind of just counter it and find various different ways to get around it. So understandable. Prismari mid range is a new deck that popped up with regards to Magnum Opus and the treasure cards that came out in Strixhaven. Mono red's relatively the same without really any changes. Night Adventures, I think the only inclusion that they changed is that they include the 3 mana Spellbinder, Elite Spellbinder. And then just guys cycling relatively unchanged, except with the addition of now that instead of it being Boro cycling, they add blue, so then they can add Improbable Alliance, so then they can make tokens, and then Dimir Rogues, which we're gonna be playing, is like number 6. I've been going in between playing Dimir, playing Gruul mid range, my Jund Plume deck, and then I always thought ever since I saw the Zendikar spoilers that Rogues was gonna be a deck after that set release, and I was right. And here it is sitting at number 6. With combination of this card and the Thought and the Thieves Guild Enforcer that were released, I was pretty sure this deck was gonna be pretty solid. So anyways, that's the breakdown of the metagame so far. So let's jump into some games on ladder. I played a bit off of stream and recording, so right now I'm currently standing inside of Mythic. So this is going to be some higher level gameplay with regards to my opponents that I'm going to be playing against. It's not going to be like the platinum games and low diamond games I've been playing. It's now going to be like actually some pretty high tier people I'm going to be playing against. Alright, we immediately get into a Yorion matchup. This hand is pretty slow against a Yorion deck, so I think I'm down to ship this for something a little more aggressive. Yeah, this one's a bit better. I'll be able to play everything in my hand. Probably gonna get rid of the Eliminate. I don't think the Eliminate's gonna really do anything against a Yorion deck, so I'll probably just bottom the Eliminate, hope that I can draw into some lands for Into the Story. Okay, starting off on Triumph, Heartless Sack is going to be better, so I'll probably be boarding out Eliminates for regards, so probably some better counter spells into this matchup. And kind of go from there. Yeah, I'd imagine that they probably would get rid of that. Since Ultimatum doesn't really threaten my life total too much, I'm good to probably shock this Agadine in now and kind of go from there. Okay, I was gonna say, do they only have 2 lands? It's kind of weird. Just gonna flash in Soaring Thought Thief now, so I can guarantee that I'm able to start attacking and milling my opponent here. We hit a Mystical, we hit 2 counter spells off the top. My mother came to inquire if she could have the last pizza. I guess that is nice of her to say so. No, not my Soaring Thought Thief. That's rude. Okay, they're currently at 5 mana, so I need to make sure that I can do something here. Probably just gonna put Luris to hand now. Can't cast it yet, cause I need another black source, but I'm not doing anything that turn as is, so I might as well just try and get more things to do in my hand. Oh, I guess I should have left it up. Alright, so I will not be able to Heartless Act and Thieves and use Thieves Guild Enforcers. And even if I play, it won't have Death Touch, so probably to dodge any counter spells, it's just better to cast Heartless Act now while they're tapped out. But if they have Ultimatum, I can't do anything about it. Oh, they don't. Works for me. And I'm gonna guess they probably put Yuri into hand now. They don't put Yuri into hand now. Okay. So as long as I find one more land here, I'll be able to guarantee that I can cast that into the story. Oh, well. Speak of the devil. Um Probably gonna swing like that and make it so I have the opportunity to they draw 4 cards here off of Seagate Restoration. I think that's fine. That isn't too much of an issue for me. Right now they put Yuri in the hand. Yeah, I'm gonna enter the story now. They have 11 cards in graveyard. I think what I will do is that I will swing for my 1 and kind of just hold my mana up to attempt to do some stuff. Eliminate's not going to do anything in this matchup. So make sure that I don't get Ultimatum or something else really dumb here. Okay, they still didn't find it yet. So we're still in a good spot if that didn't happen yet. Because then I can double Thieves Guild Enforcer, have 7 damage going to face next turn. Cultivate? Okay. I'm even down in this turn right here. They don't have okay. They do have the mana for it of just countering Urian, just because it's just going to be an annoying card to deal with. And then flash in my 2 Thieves Guild Enforcers, so then they can't. So then they can attack next turn, and I can put them down to 5. Map's hard sometimes. Alright, we got another land here. So, probably to make sure that I can still cast off the top, I want to make sure that I keep my mana available, because I do only have one untapped blue source right now. So, if I want to be able to cast some other cards from my graveyard and be able to counter potential ultimatum that could kill us off the bat, like a Liliana Vorinclex, I'm just gonna swing here and hold my Merfolk Windroper activation. I think I might cast the other one just so then I have another chance at looking at we milled one ultimatum, so that's good. Gargaroth. I'm down for sacrificing a Wind Robber to see if I can counter this. I'm down to sack a second one to see if I can counter this. Nope. Alright, you get to keep it. Alright, now that we have another blue source to work with here. Oh, I should have played Rune Crab first. I haven't played this deck in a hot minute, so you'll have to forgive me for my terrible misplays with this deck. I think we'll still get it down to hold up a into the story, or do I just want to hold up the into the story and attempt to just swing all here? Because they have to block. So I guess I can gain 3 life or draw a card, I guess. I'd imagine they probably want to gain... Oh, they don't want to gain here. That's interesting. So they will go down to 2, potentially go down to nothing if they find something to just kill the Thieves Guild Enforcer. No, they lose nothing, but they do lose their Gargaroth here. I will get down a Rune Crab and say go. Alright. We just have to keep on dodging the ultimatum here. Oh, until they draw it. Ooh, and we just got the Drown the Lock off of that. They may have a Mystic Dispute, but yeah. That was probably the best case scenario right there. We get another spell off the top of that. Alright. This time we play the game properly. So I need double blue to be able to cast this, so we'll play Lurrus here, grab another crab, and then play our third blue source, mill them 9. Try and hit some more ultimatums off the top. No, we hit 0 ultimatums there. But we have the ability to counter another one if they attempt to cast it. Yeah, let's not let that resolve, please. Thank you. Oh, and now we meld another one off the top. So that's 3 emergent ultimatums that are now in the graveyard. Oh, I think the game's just over. If I do this, they get milled 18. And I can Thieves Guild Enforcer into a Thief Guild Enforcer. Yeah, I think the game's over. Can I mill them the rest of their deck now? Yep, that's all their ultimatums now. Go down to 7, go down to 4. Play a Thieves Guild Enforcer. Man, I never thought I would actually mill an 80 card deck, but apparently we can do whatever we want here. Alright, we did it. We milled Ultimatum. Alright, knowing that it's an Ultimatum deck, Eliminate isn't going to do anything in this matchup. Probably going to want more of a Baleful Mastery here. Their graveyard really doesn't matter here too much. Because the only thing that really goes to the graveyard that I care about is Plocaros, and I just kind of want that thing to just stay dead. But that's like the only escape card that they have out of 80 cards, so. And most of my stuff I could just sideboard into is just grab some more Disdainful Strokes. What else would I probably take out of here? I think I can ditch out on one of one mine for. Actually, I probably want Mystic Disputes to deal with their counter plan because they're gonna now sideboard their own Mystic Disputes here. Skyclave Shades aren't going to do anything. Crippling Fear isn't going to do anything. Soul Guide Liner isn't going to do anything here. So I'm probably looking to grab the other Disdainful Stroke and Test of Talents. But what would I want to sideboard out for that? I guess Cling really isn't going to do too much except hit exactly one card. So I think I'm fine for just grabbing a Test of Talents from there and just run with 2 Disdainful Strokes. Maybe even cut down. Actually, maybe I'll cut down on 1. Didn't say please. Just try to hack another Disdainful Stroke there. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. And I think our matchup with this deck will be much better. Both of our lands are going to come in tapped. And I don't have a whole lot of. I have interaction for their bigger stuff, but I don't have interaction for their smaller stuff. I think this hand's too slow. Let's ship it. This hand is also awful, but we also have a fair amount of ways to get blue sources here, so I just need exactly 1 blue source to really make this hand work. But I think it still might be a little too slow. Let's ship it one more time. Triple Soaring Thought Thief and an Agadeem's Awakening. Well, I only really need 2 lands to make this hand work. I'll keep this bottom 1 Thief and Castle Lochthwain. Alright, we got second Black Swords and a Fable Passage. I don't think I'm going to need the Fable Passage here necessarily. I guess it can't hurt to get, but I'm at the point in time where I need to make sure I can actually like pressure the board, which I have the ability to do so I think I'll just bottom that. So I can make sure I can maybe draw some actual counter magic. That's good though. If they Mystic Dispute this, then it's whatever. Like I have a Disruption to, that's fine. I'll just bring in my Undercrypt tapped. Which might be a tell to them that I don't have a Thieves Guild Enforcer, but that's kind of fine. Do I attempt to Rune Crab again. I mean, it can't really hurt, but it is also my only blue source, so. But it is probably our best clock to enable our stuff, so. Alright, we got it down. Alright. We milled 2 Duresses and a Shadow's Verdict. That's pretty good. Oh, but they just scryed 2 off of that? That really sucks. That means they're keeping both cards that they want to have on top on top. Well, it's looking like right now that I'm getting really punished for not taking that Fable passage when I got it. Gonna pass and say go. Alright, another Omen of the Sea. Hope they don't scry double top again, because there's no way for me to just mill it. Nope, they scry double top again. Yep, we're not in a good position now, because we still don't have freaking creatures on board yet. Alright, we can mill that card. If they don't have another Mystic Dispute, but I think they might have another kill spell. Okay, if I can get another blue source, alright, cool. That'd be sweet. I'm gonna put Lurrus to hand now and just play a Wind Robber. They just straight up have like 3 kill spells in hand. They had 2 Eliminates and a Heartless Act just sitting in their hand. That is an interesting one. Alright. Gonna flash in my Thieves Guild Enforcer and then my Soaring Thought Thief here. They're not gonna cast Urian? Okay, I guess they probably read that when I held all my mana up that they probably had a counter spell. So I think they were trying to read to not lose Urian to that. I'm gonna attempt to resolve Lurrus here if I can, so I can get Crab back. Alright, we get Crab back. We could get a Crab back, or we can get another Soaring Thought Thief, so then we swing for 8 here and mill them for 4. Which could be good here, but I think to probably protect ourselves the best, because we're not going to be able to stop ourselves from getting hit by any counter magic. Probably just go for the most greedy of the plans. And then I'll keep Wind Robber in hand. Oh, that's not good. It's probably the worst thing that they could have, that we could have milled from them. But it's what happens. Extinction event on. Alright. But they don't get to bring back. They don't get to bring back Pulpnarosh yet. Alright, mill them 2 more. Alright, we milled a kill spell off the top, so that's good. And they'll basically have to spend all their mana to attempt to resolve Pulpnarosh if they're going to do that, but I kind of doubt that when they have ultimatum mana now. So I get exactly. Ooh, that's just as bad, probably. So to make my chances of drawing something relevant here a little higher, I'm just gonna fetch now, grab a swamp, and see if I can counter the Gargaroth. Or kill it if he when it enters battlefield too is another option. Nope. Alright, we're hoping for a kill spell off the top. Let's go. We got like 7? We didn't use a drown on the lock yet. That's basically a kill spell, except they get to just run it over anyways, so. I guess. Probably gonna swing here to see if they have another shot at a ultimatum. Yep. Flash on the Enforcer now. Kill the Gargaroth from there. I take 4, but at least I can't swing with Gargaroth anymore. Right. They're really sifting for this. Hoping for an Into the Story here is probably my best chance of coming back into this game. Because they're going to be all the way up to 6 cards. Oh, and they double scry top. That's bad. Oh, and they double scry top again. Even better. I get to take that card off the top. All right, cool. We fade an Epiphany. Hopefully that was the only Epiphany. All right. A third Omen of the Sea. All right. Hoping to fade some more stuff, but I think this one's probably going to be a loss. Yeah, these literally scry double top with all of their omens, so I'm going to guess they probably have an emerging ultimatum or two. And if they don't, then there is escaping that. Okay. Okay, they can't kill anything with it off the bat. I'll scry off the top here. We got a Heartless Hacked and an Into the Story. Yeah, I think I'm fine with both of those, except I want Into the Story primarily off the top. So what's Into the Story? Oh, they just had a negate in hand? Yeah, no. I'm fine to concede here. We're just gonna lose from there because Pokemon is just gonna eat all our cards. I guess maybe keeping the one cling is actually worth it here. What would I want it? What would I want in its place? Probably just another Distasteful Stroke out of the way. It's probably fine. Maybe just get rid of our second Didn't Say Please, because like all the spells that I really care about them casting are probably 4 or more. And then not having the of one mind kind of blue, maybe. Yeah, I'll just keep the one cling here. I have to like remember all the sideboard plans for all the different decks I play, so it's kind of a lot just to remember off the top. All right, we got a crab on 1 into a wind robber that can kind of help us get back into our draws. So I'm kind of fine with that because I don't think they play any Blood Chiefs first in this deck. So I think this will stick around at least for a turn. Heartless Axe gone. Ooh, but we keep Into the Story. That's pretty good. All right, kill spell on 2 lands. Pretty good off the top. No attacks. Kind of prep myself for an Into the Story by turn. All right. So now in 2 turns. So we got double blue now. Put Lurrus to hand now since we're not doing anything. Another land off the top. That's good. Alright, they got other colors though. Another Wind Robber. I wouldn't be able to play Lurrus if I didn't do that. Let's just swing, see if I can get something from that. Alright, we got Into the Story here. Hopefully have them use like a Cultivate or something here. No Cultivate. If they counter this Into the Story, it's gonna feel very bad. So I think I might just pass. Okay. think just getting the Soaring Thought Thief down now is fine. If they attempt to counter it here, then that's a Mystic Dispute that I don't have to deal with, so... I probably could have put the Wind Robber first, but... Alright, that's fine. I'll get a second Wind Robber down. Alright, we're hitting decent stuff off the top. We're hitting their, like, redraws. And they don't have... And they need triple green to be able to cast Ultimatum. So it's looking pretty good. Alright, I think this is the turn for an Into the Story. They do have one blue open, so they may be able to counter it, but I think probably now is the best time than ever to do it. Alright, we got it. Oh, even drew into another one. Probably want another blue source here to get down Rune Crab now. Alright, we milled 2 more cards off the top. What do we get? A forest and another land. Okay. We're denying them a decent amount of land drops. Ooh. Binding the Old Gods of Rune Crab feels really good. Because we can just buy it back with Luris next turn. And we can even Into the Story again without fear of it being countered. Or we just get a Rune Crab off the top. That also works. We'll get a third black source here for Rakadim's Awakening. They run a straight up basic mountain in this deck. That's interesting, I guess, for Tybalt. Alright, just gonna Into the Story now. Alright, we even drew our other one after that, so can't complain there. I think this game's basically in the bag. Because they're still on 4 lands and we already have 6. Like this, like Binding the Old Gods will get them a Triome, but alright, they're now 1 mana off of Ultimatum. Alright, they're straight up playing Yorion now. So knowing that they're going to bounce the Binding the Old Gods, I will wait until it comes back, and then in response to this trigger, Flash in Thieves Guild Enforcer. Alright, that's another crab in the bag. Ooh, even a Mystic Dispute? Oh my god. This is so good. Probably here, just gonna swing with Thieves Guild Enforcer and just pressure them, because... Alright, cool. We trade we just get Urine out of the way. Do I want to Luris get back a Thieves Guild Enforcer, or is that a little too greedy? Because I do have another land available to me, so I'll be able to Disdainful Stroke and counter a counter spell if they attempt to do that, so... I think I'm fine doing that. I'll be able to do basically everything. I will Luris and grab a Rune Crab. And mill them 6. No harm in doing it now. Alright, we also have the ability to draw 2 more cards just right off the bat. Alright, let's see, are they going to go for an ultimatum now? Alright, they're just going to attempt to kill that. That's fine, they can kill Luris. But I will not let that pass, though. Yep. Oh, no! God, I hate auto-tapping so much in this game. I would have kept the black ups and I could have Thieves Guild Enforcer there. I would have been able to kill them in this upcoming turn from that. Oh, that's so bad. Probably into the story here. Wait, why is it trying to grab? Oh, in case of Agadeem's Awakening. There's only one Soaring Thought Thief here, so I don't really care too much for that. So I'm probably not going to Agadeem's here and just tap double black. So I have enough for Drown the Lock? Yeah, that's what the card's name is. Alright, mill them two more off the top. See what we get. Alright, we got Duress at. That's like all their Duresses, I believe, except for maybe one. So, feeling good. Alright, that's Binding out of the way. Falkneros. Okay. That's fine. I'm not going to dispute that. I will dispute this, though. And then Flash into Thieves Guild Enforcer. Alright, we're looking good here. Oh, we just win. Alright. I will just pay the full cost. Get this out of the way and win. Alright, we beat Ultimatum. Exacxies. Alright, that was pretty good. I could have won the turn before that if it wasn't for the fact that that auto tap accidentally tapped my freaking black source. I would have been able to Thieves Guild Enforcer a turn earlier. But let's keep it going. So the record so far is 2-1 in games, 1-0 in matches. I believe that's how that works. I always get it jumbled in my brain, so don't hold it to me too hard. They're keeping their hand. I mean, my hand's reactive at the very least, so I can't complain on that regard. Alright, this is the Prismari mid-range deck, I'm gonna guess. I think it's the only deck that plays the Snow Dual Land. They're holding their mana up. So, seeing that they didn't put down a treasure there probably tells that they probably have something else that they're holding up. They probably have... Okay. Knowing that they just Expressive Iteration there, I'll flash Soaring Thought Thief in now since they can't counter or kill it. Actually, I probably should have done it after Expressive Iterations triggered and they picked out everything, because now they could have picked out whatever they wanted to as a response to this. Probably getting third and second blue source here to hold up a counter spell. Here's probably what I'm gonna do. Mill them two off the top, and then if they don't play like one of their Galzef Prismaris here, I could okay, so now that they're playing Prismari here, I will flash in Thieves Guild Enforcer before they have 1 mana available to them. And then I will Heartless Act it when ETBs before they get the treasure. So they can't tap it. For mana, they have to sacrifice it. Alright, these will be swinging for 5. Actually, no, they'll be swinging for 6, because Thieves Guild Enforcer will go to a 3-2, and then I'll get 1 more power from Soaring Thought Thief, so yeah. We're looking decent so far. We'll even be able to into the story this turn. Oh, and a Drown in the Lock? Yeah, so play a Castle Fantress here. Swing, get the mill 2 trigger. Alright, we hit a Goldspan Dragon off the top. So probably before they can get any counter magic back. Actually, we'll see what they cast on their turn. And I can hold up my counter spells, and then if they don't have any blue mana left over afterwards, I can just counter it. Yeah, like right here. Probably the more expensive counterspell here is probably the best option. Since 1 mana counterspells don't really exist here. Alright, they kill Thieves Guild Enforcer, but they don't get their 4/4 that makes them mana. So. Oh, we mill Alrund's Epiphany too. Works for me. Getting the untapped mana here isn't gonna do anything, so probably just getting a Temple of Deceit here is probably fine. Another counterspell off the top sounds good to me. Just keep on applying pressure here so I can try and hopefully dodge another Goldspan Dragon. Alright, they got no Goldspan Dragon off the top here. So now this turn, I can hold my mana up so I can Into the Story and then counter their counter spell. So, not too bad. If they attempt to kill this here, it's not too big of an issue. I'll probably just let it happen. Alright, we got them down to 9. That's interesting. I don't know why they didn't decide to Scorching Dragonfire before, but yeah, you can do that. I'm holding my mana up to make sure that I can counter what other your bigger spells. They're foretelling right here. If that's an Auron's Epiphany, I kind of doubt it, but thinking it's potentially a counter spell, I think I will Into the Story here. Because they can't, if they foretell, they can't cast the spell that turn. I'll drown the lock that. Alright, we got the draw 4. We are now officially ahead, and we have 2 more draw 4s in our hand, so let's just do it again. Probably just gonna discard Magadeem's Awakening here. Don't really see a use for it. Just discard that. So this is probably okay. I wasn't sure if it was the counterspell or not, but knowing that that is now the Outrun's Epiphany, I'll just counter it. You don't need extra turns. Alright, we got another Into the Story, so I probably want to have as much open mana as I can. They're at 28 cards in their library. We still haven't hit a crab yet. So I'll probably keep my Fable Passages to me. No, I don't need another island here. I can fetch that. I can get out a Thieves Guild and a Wind Robber now. How many? I'll have 4 black sources and 5 blue sources altogether. So I think I will have enough to Into the Story and be able to counter spell if I need to. Oh, we got another Outrun's Epiphany out of the way. That's good. And then a Bone Crusher, and I think that's all their Prismaris in deck. Well, only 2? I thought I saw another one. Alright. That's it. Expressive Iterations, sure thing. And then we could pop Rim Robber if we have to draw a card here. I'll probably do that before I do Into the Story, since I now realize I only have 1 mana left over if I do it the other way. Alright, they can Bone Crusher my Thieves Guild Enforcer. Knowing that they're doing that, does that change anything? Not really. I can probably, if anything, just flash in my other Thieves Guild Enforcer here to try and make the mill 4, put them to 17 cards in deck. Alright, we have another Bone Crusher, some more counter magic, and another land. I'm gonna guess they're probably gonna put the Bone Crusher down to block. Okay. I will now Into the Story now that you have no mana up. Alright, that's a lot of lands off the top. So... Alright, that's every single one of our Fable passages there. I think now is a fine turn, if any, to put Lurrus into hand. And I can even cast it, get back a... Actually, no, I should probably just hold it in hand. So I can guarantee that I have enough mana in case I draw a counterspell off for Wind Robber. But I will eliminate this Bone Crusher out of the way. Alright, we're going to put him down to 5 here. And we mill a Goldspan out the top. Excellent. So now if they hold the mana up, they can probably just block Thieves Guild Enforcer with a Faceless Haven. Maze Mind Tome is fine. Probably just going to immediately attempt to draw a card. Yep. Alright, that was probably the worst thing. Let me see if I can find a counterspell off the top. Nope. It's interesting that they would decide to swing here, knowing that I killed them in a turn 2 clock. But that's fine. I'll attempt to Heartless Act it here. Actually, just in case they have a draw spell in hand, that's 2 mana for whatever reason. I will Fable Passage so I can get more things out of their deck right now. So this will put them down to 7 cards left in deck. Grab another black source. I will attempt to Heartless Act the Goldspan out of the way. They only have 1 card that they can have left in hand. This might give them enough to actually counter it if they have the Saw coming. But if they saw it coming that, then I could just Lurrus and just win the game. So, alright. Prismari midrange. They don't play anything that comes back from the graveyard, so Cling is useless here. Probably want some Mystic Disputes, and a lot of their spells are pretty hefty in mana. Not all of them, but some of them. Eliminate and Heartless Act are fine here, but I think I'm more in tune to maybe cut a Heartless Act for a Disdainful Stroke, because Eliminate will only hit their adventure creatures. Do I think it's worth it here to bring in the Crippling Fear? It might be something that I might want to do just because they do play a decent amount of creatures I could kill with it, but it's only the adventure creatures I kill off of this, which I'd probably want to reserve for the counter spells and removal, so I think following that it should be fine. Do I think a Test of Talents is useful here? Maybe all of the big spells they play are all in quantities of 4. So Auron's Epiphany, Magnum Opus, and Expressive Iteration all come in 4s, so I could just literally eliminate one of their key pieces out of their deck, which I might be down for. But what would I want to cut for it? I think maybe I didn't say please. Because this is a bit more mana and restrictive on cost, so I think this should be fine. So we'll go with this. Alright, let's see what our hand for this go around is. Double black. If we draw into a blue source, this hand is kind of nutty. I think I'm willing to take this gamble since I'm on the draw, because this hand guarantees that I have 2 Thieves Guild Enforcer, and I can even kill the first creature they put down. Alright, we got the Fable Passage, so we can flash in a Thieves Guild Enforcer, and if they stomp it, they stomp it, but That's fine. Are they Maze Mind on one? Okay. Alright, we get a counterspell off the top of that. Alright. So, knowing that, I'll have a Fable Passage here so I can get my blue source for my next turnaround. Probably just going to swing one. And if they attempt to scry for the top card of their deck, I'll just Thieves Guild Enforcer to eat it off the top. If they stay top. Alright, they want to keep it top. Oh, it didn't give me the option? What? That's weird. It didn't even give me the option to just Thieves Guild Enforcer in response to that. That's kind of lame. I should have been able to just get that off the top. It's fine either way, but that's kind of annoying. I should have been able to Thieves Guild Enforcer there in response to the Scry trigger. Well, after the Scry trigger was resolved. That's super weird. I don't know what happened there. I should have been given priority again. Blue source here. We got a drown in the lock. I think, however, due to my mana constraints, I'll probably have to hold that for next turn because I need to start pressuring. So with that, this will now swing for 6 together. Alright, we hit 2 Bone Crushers off of that. Alright, they kept top after that. Alright. They can Galzef Prismari here. And they can make Maze Mind tap for blue. Because it says artifacts you control have tap for 1 counter of any mana for an instant or sorcery. So they could. Okay. That also works. Mystic Dispute. Yeah, I think I'm fine for just killing this and holding up a dispute. I want to get creatures out of the way now. But now I'm thinking about it right now, if they get a Goldspan Dragon here, I will not be able to counter it even if they do cast it. So is it the right choice here to attempt to play Wind Robber and hope to sack it to find another blue source? Maybe, because I can't guarantee I can counter anything. Because only if it's a blue spell that I'm targeting with this does it become a 1-drop. So I think I'll just play a Wind Robber. Alright. So you go. Alright, that's the first time they bottomed here. So they have enough for Goldspan Dragon if they want to just flat out cast it. Alright, so they were going to flat out cast it. So my read was right, that it was probably the better plan to just play the Wind Robber there. So what I'll do here is I'll probably toss the Wind Robber in front of the Goldspan Dragon to sack it. Like, I could keep it to just, to like, keep up the mill plan, but I want to make sure that I'm able to actually, like, do things and stop their top end from doing their top end stuff. Alright, hit a Mystic Dispute off the top. Alright. They will go back to 15 off of that. I want to hope that I can dodge a Auron's Epiphany here if I can. Okay, that comes in tapped. And they're playing Bone Crusher here. If they are playing Bone Crusher here, I could dispute, force them to pay 3 here, which isn't the worst. I think I'll go for that line. Force them to pay 3 if they want to keep this. So they'll only have 2 mana up. I think my opponent's deciding if they want to keep the Bone Crusher, maybe hold up removal. Nope. They just snap paid that. Alright, I'm hoping for another blue source here. Nope. I got another source here, but all it gets me back is a creature. I think I'm going to swing first, see what I can get off the top. More lands and a Frostbite. I think they have one last Frostbite in the deck. Yeah, this really freaking sucks. I can bring in an Agadeem's Awakening tapped, and then probably have to say go. I think I'm fine with that, because this isn't getting anything relevant right now. Yeah, this sucks. If this hand would have been so much better if I got a second blue source, but I did not, so it happens. So for the sake of my life total, do I want to kill the Bone Crusher, the Giant here? The Bone Crusher Giant or the Goldspan Dragon? If they have 2 counter spells in hand, they have 2 counter spells in hand, and I can't do anything about this. But if I can drown a creature, I probably want to drown the Goldspan, because I can probably more easily deal with the giant. So I probably want to kill Goldspan now if I can. Do they have the counter in hand? They do. And they still have mana to Alron's Epiphany. They have it. Alright, we finally found a second blue source. Hippie hooray. I think I want triple black if I'm gonna put this in the hand. But do I also want to put in the hand? I can't swing now because I need to make sure I can hold back for Goldspan Dragon. But I guess in case I do, I probably still just want to put it to hand like this so I can be good for whatever. Alright. We cannot swing here now. Alright, so in this particular instance, probably what's going to happen is that I'm going to Soaring Thought Thief and block the 2 4/3s. Guarantee I at least trade. Alright, then we play Luris here. I can get back a win. Win Robber's probably better here. I'm probably just gonna be sacrificing it again anyways. Alright, we're not dead yet. They don't know about our Thieves Guild Enforcer, so... Alright, we hit an Epiphany off the top. So send that in front of there and eat the Faceless Haven. And then pop this before it dies, because I might as well get the card off of it. Alright, we might be able to stabilize here, which is a surprise. Probably just grab a Soaring, probably just grab Wind Robber again. Alright, gain 3 back. Another Goldspan Dragon? No. I don't want that. Seeing that they didn't have counter magic there, does that influence my decision to attempt to drown in the lock here? In the case they drew an Alron's Epiphany, probably no. Okay, they're not even doing anything. Yeah, I think I'll attempt to drown the lock now. Alright, cool. We got their threats off the board. I'll probably just draw a card here, so I can keep on populating my hand. Alright, another Disdainful Stroke. Sounds good to me. If I want to threaten for the most amount of damage and still protect against flyers, that's probably Soaring Thought Thief then. Alright, we go back to 10. And then I'll drop the Fable Passage so I can hope to get some more lands out of the deck. Alright, still nothing. Then I'll Fable Passage at your end step for another blue source. Alright, we got another Drown the Lock, so if I want to do this, probably another Soaring Thought Thief. And then they die next turn, guaranteed. And I remove any chance of them getting some counterplay off the top. Alright, we're in a good position now. We just kind of have to fade Outrun's Epiphanies. Alright, we did it. Faded the Epiphanies off the top. This is only like the second time I've been to Mythic, so I don't really know how the percentages work here. I got 700 gold here, and I don't know what happened to the overlay, but this is interesting. Too bad I didn't have any copies of those, so... Oh well, it happens. But our record so far is we're 2-0 now, and now we're 4-1 in the game. 2-0 in overall games, 4-1 in matches. No, wait, games is the individual. So 4-1 in games, 2-0 in matches. We beat the Emergent Ultimatum deck, the Sultai Control deck, and the Prismari mid-range deck, which are like two of the top 5 decks. No, they're the top 2 decks, actually, yeah. We're on the draw, and I have a crab plus a removal spell. I mean, that could get us somewhere, but there's no way of us guaranteeing that we can draw. I think I'm gonna mulligan this. Yeah, this is much better. Probably just bottom Agadeems. Alright, snow-covered plains into a selfless savior. This tells me this might be Winota. Ooh, Faceless Haven, probably... It's some sort of aggro deck. Alright, Selfless Savior, we're gonna swing for 1. That's fine. I don't want to toss my Thieves Guild Enforcer in front of it so I can guarantee that I can mill the most cards. I want to make sure I can get my into the story going as fast as possible. Alright, Verdane and a Luminarch Aspirant off the top. Seems pretty good. So I'm probably just gonna say go, hold the Soaring Thought Thief Flash for blocking Selfless Savior. Alright. Let's see, what are they gonna put it on themselves? Okay, Seasoned Hollow Blade. Are they gonna swing both here? Just Hollow Blade? Okay, yeah, that's smart. I'll just take the 4 here. There's no reason to lose the Guild Enforcer here before I even get to use it. Alright. Soaring Thought Thief, mill you 2 more. Interesting. This is some sort of party deck? Probably gonna get Crab down now. Play my Fable Passage. There's a reason to crack it now. I mean, our opponent knows what's going to happen, so probably just going to grab my second island here. Mill them another 3 before their turn. Alright, another Aspirant and another creature off the top. Yeah, I think I'm fine for swinging both here now. Alright, and we eat an Aspirant, and we eat a Skyclave Apparition. Seems fine by me. So Rune Crab can block at least one other creature, and they're still only at 2 mana. Okay. Okay, they run Magistrate main board, which is interesting. I'll block 1. Didn't say please. I could hold that up, but I think drawing the 2 cards here is probably more advantageous. Because if I can hit another land here, that's good. Alright, that's good. Get some more Rune Crab triggers. So I can guarantee that, not this turn, but next turn, I can keep it going. Probably just going to swing 1 here so I can hold the Death Touch creature back. Alright, I think that's all their aspirants, and that's 3 Skyclaves. Yeah, that's all their aspirants. Alright, we hit them for 2 here. Alright. Gonna try and drop down another Soaring Thought Thief. Are they gonna put on something else, or are they just gonna keep on putting it on Unseasoned Hallowblade? Because it seems like they're not hitting their 3rd land so far. I would imagine they either put on itself or Magistrate, because Magistrate's big. And probably won't die. Just flashing another Soaring Thought Thief here. Do I care about Crab in this particular instance? They're still 30 cards away, so I think I can block here, block here. So they'll eat the crab, but Magistrate won't just negate the most amount of damage. Another Seasoned Hallowblade. Okay. So the most amount, so they can do 10, 12 damage next turn. If I block their highest damage, they deal 7. And I can, if I swing with both of my Soaring Thought Thieves, I guarantee that I kill them next turn in the air, because they have no flying creatures. I think I'm fine with it's the risky line, but it's the most advantageous line. Because in this particular instance, I can counter if they attempt to play any other creatures or like resolve like a sky. What is it? Maul the Skyclave. So that's probably the best line that I have. Yeah, they're not faceless havening me, so should be fine there. And they have to have some way to get flying, or they just die next turn because I have 6 in the air. So it looks like I milled all their lands. Yep, and I think they also saw that. All right, mono white aggro. Disdainful Stroke seems kind of silly in the face of a deck that I will not be able to probably deal with some of their stuff that they're going to be doing. Keeping that in mind, I don't believe they run any escape creatures, so Kling kind of also looks silly here. This seems like a matchup for Crippling Fears. I can get past all the random indestructible effects that they have. So probably getting rid of my Mystical Dispute for 2 Crippling Fears. Probably also might want to change out my Heartless Axe because they do have a lot of +1/+1 counter stuff going on. Probably replace it with Deadweight to make sure that I can kill the creatures, and it will help me get around Indestructible, and we can combo it with Luris. So, and basically functions as an early kill spell, anyways. So, all right, let's see what we can do with this. We got Rune Crab into Swamp. That works. We'll need more lands, but we have answers for all of the early stuff, and we are on the draw, so I think I'm fine to keep this. Shadow Spear on 1. I will raise you a Rune Crab. Alright, we got Seasoned Hallowblade. Let's start milling ya. Alright, Archon is something that we do not want to see. That thing is absolutely abysmal to deal with. So probably just gonna Deadweight here. Just so I just don't have to deal with the season about Hellblade swinging next turn. Alright. We got one creature out of the way. Another season Hellblade. Takes 2 to equip that. Alright, we can into the story as soon as next turn. Do I want to put Luris into hand now? Probably not. Want to hold up the mana so I can counterspell, so I will hold it back so I can potentially deal with any additional threats. Alright, it's a 4/2 of Trample. Do I attempt to kill it so then they have to tap it instead? Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. The more turns that they're not attacking is the better, and they also lose cards off of this, so... Last Casket, my Rune Crab. Okay. Another into the story. My second black source here. Probably just gonna say go. I'll probably try and get Lurison as soon as I can get one more black source, so I can guarantee that I can play Luris in a turn and be able to do something. But in the meantime, they're gonna be able to gain 4 life a turn until they get an aspirant down. Okay. Okay, we got Crab, Robber, and another Drown. So let's get Crab down. Get in the source that'll be coming in tapped anyways, so I'll mill you 3, see what I got on top. Thieves Guild Enforcer. Yeah, that's fine. That's a Death Touch creature, so I can sit in front of Seasoned Hallowblade. Alright, they have 1 card. They will go to 1 card if they attempt to swing here, so I will Drown in the Lock again to attempt to keep them discarding their cards and stop this from attacking. Alright. That's fine. You're not doing anything if you can't attack with that, so... Alright, they got Redain now. I can Agadeem's Awakening, pay 3 life, but that doesn't seem very worth it. I think I can just enter it and tap this turn. Mill them 3 more cards. And I'll get a Wind Robber to sit in front of Verdane. Alright. So Seasoned Howlblade will swing. Oh, 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Got a call from my girlfriend there. She forgot that I was recording right now, but it's all good. I can't cast spells from anywhere as long as this thing's on board. Okay. But getting lures down means they can't attack anymore, so... Mill another 3. Alright, we hit Skyclave off the top. I do not need another land, thank you. Alright, Redane's gonna be a 3/4 with lifelink and trample now. And it can get indestructible, that's nice. I'm gonna try and draw into something. I need to get rid of this stupid thing. Still nothing? Okay. Thieves Guild Enforcer. It does something. I'll take my turn to draw 4. Okay, I need to do frickin' something here. Still no Drown in the Locks, though? I only got the 2. Okay. Probably gonna flash in Thieves Guild Enforcer. Alright, now I'll flash it in. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to cast it. Alright, they're down to 23 cards in deck now. I would see them probably getting rid of Into the Story, because that means I can't draw cards. Yep. Alright, we still have the ability to kill them through milling them, so that's not a non-possibility now. Oh, that's so good. What's more important to get rid of? Redane swings with Vigilance, so that's something to think about. But if I get rid of the Magistrate, then they can't stop me from just keep on killing their cheap creatures off the bat. Do I want them to draw a card? Do I really care about them drawing a card? Not really. I will remove Magistrate from the game. I will pay my 1 black. This is fine. I'll pay my 1 black. So you are now exiled. You or another permanent you control becomes the target of a spell. Okay. So probably for the sake of keep on putting something in front of Redain, I'll do this. And keep up the mill plan. Let's dead weight that. I will pay the 1 extra, thank you. So you have 1 less flying creature for me to deal with. And then swing with a 3/2 that has Death Touch. Just give it indestructible, I guess. Okay, that's fine. Like, life doesn't matter at this point. I'm just trying to... Oh, I just realized that was my only human that I had on board. I should have one mind first before I did that. Skyclave, getting rid of Luris. Alright. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. Alright, probably down to draw off the top. Okay. I died to Redain in 2 turns. And they can no longer cycle, giving it indestructible. Oh, I don't actually have a single island. That's really funny. So probably for the sake of getting rid of Redain, I will do this. I will pay 1. Get Redain out of here. And then I can now enter the story and draw 4, which is probably what I'm going to do. So Skyclave will put me down to 2. Yeah, I think I'm fine to take this. Alright, let's draw 4. Let's hope we hit something. That's not nothing. They exiled Luris. Okay. So let's do an island first. Let's get back a Thieves Guild Enforcer. Oh, we only have 1 drops in the graveyard. That's kind of sad. Let's draw 2 more cards and see what we can find. Oh, we got another deadweight off the top. That's pretty good. I will deadweight this. I will pay 1 more. So it's now a 1/1 with a lifelink and trample. And then I will hold off on using Agadeem's Awakening now. They're now down to not 8 cards in library, so if I counter a spell here and play my Fable Passage, they just lose. So we held off pretty good. We had to make sure that we made some smart decisions, or we were not going to be able to win this game. And I forgot that Skyclave exiled it. My mind kind of blanked with all this stuff going on. All right, so they can't kill us this turn, and they have to have another threat here, or I don't die. All right, I can scry 2 on top of this. Oh, I'm gonna get a crippling fear. Disgusting. But I don't need that here. I'm just gonna... Alright, that also does it. Thieves Guild Enforcer. Mill 2. Yep. Alright, cool. We got it right by Mono White Aggro 2. Whoa. That waiting for server was having some problems. All right, we're 3-0 with rogues. This I know I haven't played it on a stream or recording before this point in time, but I have played this deck a fair amount in the past, so I'm starting to pick up the thought process I need to go through to play into these matchups again. So we're looking pretty good. Jusia, I think that's how that's pronounced. And they have the dragon pet. Oh, I don't know if it's today or not, but I need to double check. I think the Modern Horizons 2 spoilers are going to be coming out either today or tomorrow. Yeah, this is serviceable. I got 3 lands and I got things I can do with all of them. Huh, why didn't it tell me that I had Yuri until after this fact? Alright, anyways, we're gonna scry on Uno. Yeah, that's fine. I probably want to have that in hand. I'm gonna guess a hollow. Yep. Alright, so we need to make sure we can mill at least 7 cards in the next 2 turns really quick. Alright. We can mill 5 off of this. Alright, we hit Shadow's Verdict and Binding the Old Gods as well as Pokeros, which kind of sucks, but we gotta live with what happens, so... So we get the scry first, and then draw. Yeah, they bottom both of those, which is funny. If they kill the Rune Crab, they kill the Rune Crab. That's just what happens. Alright. Auron's Epiphany, I guess. Alright. To guarantee that Fatal Passage can do something immediately when I cast it, I will put down Castle Lockvoid now. I guess I'll play a Wind Robber because it's free. Because if they attempt to wipe my board, I can just sack it in response. Alright. They are 2 mana off from escaping Pulchneros. Pulchneros. Alright, 1 mana away. Binding the Old Gods, targeting Rune Crab. Thieves Guild Enforcer. Thieves Guild Enforcer. Okay. This is fine. Alright, 2 Fable Passages is good too. Grab my second blue source here for Into the Story. Probably for the sake of yeah, the 1 extra damage might actually come up. So let's do it like this. Alright, we hit I think all the other hollows in the deck. Except maybe 1 more that they have. Alright, so for Library for a Forest, they'll not have enough lands to cast Ultimatum next turn. Alright, they still can't cast Epiphany, so my Drown the Lock's still safe. For now. Elspeth's a Nightmare. Targeting, I'm guessing Soaring Thought Thief here. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I should have countered that. They can now get crap out of my hand. That was really stupid. I didn't even think about that. Because I still haven't drawn into anything super relevant, I'll probably grab another black source here. Alright, we milled a lot of lands off the top, but that isn't gonna really cut it when we have to deal with what's going on right now. So with regards to making sure that I have another chance to hit the another drown the lock in case I need it, I will. Oh, we milled a ultimatum. We did it. Alright, they get rid of drown the lock. Can't do anything about that. That's just what happens. Yep. That goes there. So my guess here's are probably attempt to resolve an Alron's Epiphany or something else, because the only cards that they foretell in the deck are Alron's Epiphany. But if I don't draw into it, I am very screwed. They're not Epiphanying here? That's interesting. I'd imagine they would. Killing Crab? Yeah. I'll just draw them. Still more lands. I think I'm fine to put Lurrus into hand here and just hope. Predation and a Valky. Those are good. I don't want to see either of those. So Elspeth's gonna exile everything that's there right now, which is fine. So they get another Triumph, and then I can't cast anything that I have in my graveyard currently, but that's fine. I just want to make sure I can counter Ultimatum or Epiphany here. I'll see if I can counter this, because I probably don't want Urian here either. Let's grab another island. Alright, let's go. One card in. I will get these back. 2 card in. Come on, I need a counterspell. Nope, 2 lands off the top. But Binding the Old Gods now hits nothing, so guess that's fine. They still get the scry, so that sucks, but here's hoping they'll find something relevant off the top. Probably this is the turn I'll probably put down Castle Vantress to make sure that I can scry in any dead turns. Okay, that's not nothing. So we play Windrover here. A main board disputes. I need this to resolve or I am screwed. So I will pay the 3 here. So I guess I'm basically telling them, hey, you got ultimatum going for you. Because if I don't get this wind robber back, then I am not in the game anymore. And they have to have an epiphany now at this point. I mean, emergent ultimatum. And they have the epiphany over here if they even need another turn to go from there. Which is what I'm going to guess they're going to attempt to do now. Alright, Elrond's epiphany. So they have another turn to attempt to find the emergent ultimatum. Which they can use to do the Tybalt trick. So that might be good for us. I'll take my 4 now. And I'll block the second one. Your creatures have Death Touch. So if they don't get Emergent Ultimatum here, I would imagine they either are going to attempt to kill Luris or just kill Luris. Okay. And then I could see them escaping Plethmoros here now. Or get Vorinclex down. I just die from that. Yep. Alright, ultimatum again. I am not going to make the same poor decision as I did last time. I'm just going to have a Soul Guide Lantern as well, so at least I can redraw if I need to. Didn't say please isn't as useful as two Disdainful Strokes, a Test of Talents, and a Mystical Dispute. And eliminates do nothing in this matchup. And then probably Cling will probably be better here. I want to keep the Heartless Act, and I probably want the Mastery. And of one mind might be too slow to draw, so keep the Cling in, and then make sure I have plenty of removal and counter spells to deal with their stuff. Alright, let's run it back. It's 118, so this is probably gonna be. I probably won't be going for the full 5 games here. I might record the 5th game a little later, so it'll probably be appended onto this. But I'm gonna try and record a video today, so I can make sure I have time to do other things. Alright, we will play first here. Soaring Thought Thief, 2 Disdainful Strokes, and a Mystic Dispute. I can't beat the interaction here, so probably gonna keep it at this. The problem is that this hand's super weak too if they just have an Eliminate in hand, so it's something to keep in mind. They scry that top, that'll be sad, but right, it's bottom. Ooh, and we got our sideboard tech that gets rid of all their emergent ultimatums. I will take it. Seeing as they didn't play Willow here, I will not cast my Soaring Thought Thief into a potential kill spell. And just get a Wind Robber instead. Alright, they drew the card they wanted, but they don't want the card underneath. Alright, what do you want? I got 4 counter spells. They're probably gonna get rid of Test of Talents. Oh, Mystical Dispute, so then they can attempt a Mystical Dispute my Mystical Dispute. Alright. Alright, we got 3rd land off the top. And I know what our hand is. Alright, we ate an Epiphany off the top. It's probably one of the better things we can hit, so can't complain there. Are they gonna duress a second time? Is it worth it to Test of Talents this? I think it is. This is getting rather obnoxious, and if they want to counter, they can counter it. That means they have one less counter spell in their hand. Cool, that's the only one I have. Haha. Thanks for shuffling my library. Are you gonna get rid of a second Disdainful Stroke? That's fine. They could also get rid of the removal because counter spells are the redundant ones. Oh, and I get another counter spell slash kill spell at the top. Hell yeah. Alright, that's 2 Durestas out of their hands, and I ate one of their Test of Talents, so Alright, they're gonna put Yuri into hand now. Then I will put Soaring Thought Thief down. And I can also start drawing with Castle Lockpoint. Alright, I don't get the extra damage now, but I'll get it next turn. Ooh, Shadow's Verdict is a good thing to dodge. If they want to keep what's on top, they gotta guarantee that I don't get a swing next turn. No. I will not allow you to eat me to extinction. Well, extinction event me. I keep on thinking it's eat to extinction, but it's actually extinction event. I keep on confusing the two cards. Okay, they can ultimatum in a turn. Karazeth the Spiteful. That's an interesting sideboard card, but it's not also gonna enter the battlefield either, so this is fine. You'll take 2 more damage. Alright, going down to 8. Alright. I think we got the tempo to just win this game. I have the count. I still have the counter spell to deal with their ultimatum. Cultivate, that's fine. I don't care about cultivate because I kill you next turn. Okay. Finding the old gods. Let's not. And you lose. Good game. Right. We were able to stop them from trying to stabilize, so that's pretty good. Do we want to change any of this since we're going to be now on the draw? If we're on the draw, I could see cutting the clean for trying to get stuff to draw instead. So maybe changing out my cling to dust for of one mind, but I think we probably still want to keep it because Polka Rose is back breaking later on in the game. So I think we're just gonna run it back. All right, we're 1-1 here. Can we keep up our perfect match record? We have Thieves Guild Enforcer, Thief Guild's Enforcer, a counter spell, a kill spell, and Wind Robber. I think I'm fine to keep this. If they keep it on top, then I will flash in immediately. Knowing that I now have a black source I could play painlessly, I will put it down painlessly. I know that gets me farther away from being able to cast some of the other stuff that's in my hand, but that should be fine. Duress, they'll probably eat the counter spell. Alright, we hit one of their targets for Emergent Ultimatum. They could cut me off a land here, but I don't think that's super useful here. If I play Thieves Guild Enforcer into a Wind Robber, then I'll mill a decent amount of cards, but then the moment that they hit Distinction Event, I just lose all my cards. So probably to play around that, I'll probably play Wind Robber now. Alright. They didn't hit another land yet. So that's good for us. If we can keep on hitting all their lands off the top, I'll be pretty happy with that. I'll probably pay here to put Luris into hand. It's probably a fine idea. Alright, another card that can be used as a land. If they don't hit a third land here, they lose. Alright, we did it. We milled all their lands off the top and just won off tempo. Sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Can't really do much if you can't draw into your resources. Alright, so it's almost 2. We currently have a perfect record of 4-0 matches, so I think I'll go one last game and then that'll be the end of this recording. HK. They are number 1228. Rune Crab on 1 into Wind Robber and into the story. Yeah, I'm down to keep this hand. We can even Fable Passage on 2. So down to Clown. So I'm guessing after I get past 100%, it now becomes I'm now in the rankings for the top players. So that's cool. Lanes. That could be mono white aggro. That could be just guy cycling. Just guy cycling. All right. Probably want some extra black sources to make sure that I can hit an Agadeems if I need to hit an Agadeems. I milled 3 lands off the top. That's a decent place at least to start. Because if they don't have second land in hand, then it's going to be much harder for them to cycle through their deck. And that means that Flourishing Fox will only be going up by 1 power a turn. And then this is going to be the matchup that we actually bring in Crippling Fear and Soul Guide Lantern. Alright. I got a blue source. I am not going to block. You can do what you want. Seeing that they did not cycle there means that, okay, they have another Fox. Okie dokie. Alright, we now have enough to play... Alright, we milled 2 more lands and a Stinger. Okay. So we now have enough to play into the story next turn. And we have enough to hold up mana to counter like a Valiant Rescuer, some of their more problematic, bigger creatures. So one benefit that we get into Jeskai cycling is that even though it's a really aggressive deck, if we're able to mill a lot of their lands, they won't be able to play their Zenith Flares, because they have to have red. Plus they're already kind of pseudo-milling through their deck. Alright, they have their red source now. So these will now be hitting me for 10. They're going to Improbable Alliance. I will counter that. And mill them 3 more. Okay, I had another Alliance and a Zenith Flare. I'll take my 4 and go to 15. I take my 6, go to 13. Alright, we got it again. I could be in real danger if I pay the 3 life here, but I need to play into the story now. So probably what we're going to do is that I'll have Wind Robber probably sit in front of one of the foxes and kind of go from there. If they get Zenith Flare here, then I have to double block and hope for the best. But gaining themselves life here isn't going to do them super well. Alright, they have enough mana to cast any Zenith Flares they find from now on. And Zenith Flares do 11, so I just die if they have it. Okay, they don't just have it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna imagine that they swing both here. Yep. Toss a win rubber here. Sacrifice it to draw a card. And then into the story. They run Disdainful Stroke main board? What the frick? That is some interesting tech you got there. Alright, we need help to hit another flare off the top here. Because if they have a flare in hand, we just die. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna rip it if they can. That's interesting that they have Disdainful Strokes in hand just to counter whatever. I probably should have kept the crab behind. That was dumb. No, I just die. Yeah. Should have thought that they probably had a something to cycle in hand. Alright, so this is definitely a crippling fear deck. Don't really need Heartless Act. Want crippling fear. And then didn't say please. Probably is going to be substituted out for a test of talents. And then probably mystical dispute. Probably be sanctioned out for. Actually, no, disdainful strokes are only for the one spell. So I'll probably just have the one disdainful stroke if they attempt to resolve the one card, and then Cling isn't going to do us anything, but Soul Guide Lantern is. So I think that's probably what our fold's going to be here, to make sure that we can, one, hit the early creatures. If we can hit a Zenith Flare with Test of Talents, and they have no more Zenith Flares for us to worry about, and then we can Crippling Fear all their tokens. And Eliminate allows us to just kill the foxes without having to deal with if they have counters or not, so... Alright, this might be our first loss, because I'm pretty sure the matchup for us is pretty bad, but... I think that this hand right here should do us fine enough. Crab on one usually does a good amount. And just hope that they don't have the ability to play Fox on one, but they probably do. And then hope that our Rune Crab probably mills them a hefty amount in the end. Because when we get Soaring Thought Thief down, we can of one mind for 1 mana, so we can draw 2 more cards and hopefully hit a fetch. Ooh, that's pretty good. And we had an Improbable Alliance and a Mystical Dispute off the top. Okay. Improbable Alliance, Valiant Rescuer. Okay. Since you don't have mana to stop me from playing that, I will do the latter instead. Dealing with Valiant Rescuer is going to be a headache. But I think probably I need to draw the 2 more cards so I can actually hit my 3rd land. Yeah, that's fine. And invert 2 in the air, and we hit a flare. Okie dokie. So get my double blue, play Agadeem's Awakening, probably shock it on myself, and then I'll be able to enter the story next turn. And if they attempt to swing with Valiant Rescuer, I just toss my Thieves Guild Enforcer in front of it. But yeah. I guess they're contemplating if they want to cycle anything here, because if I cast anything that's non-blue, they won't be able to counter it. Alright. First trigger. Did they hit another land? They did. Play the Thieves Guild Enforcer now. Mill you 2 more. Get my second blue here. Oh, we can even do it painlessly. That's pretty good. Alright, how much is Zenith Flare doing? It's doing 8 now. Okay. To make sure that I don't get blocked by double tokens, I'll just swing with Soaring Thought Thief instead. Alright. Okay, they cycle one more here. If they cycle again, then I think I will let them. They could just grow the Zenith Flares to be lethal. Okay, they do. Alright, I'll into the story when they have no mana up. Oh, and we get Crippling Fear? Yeah, this is good. Just name Rogue, and then they just lose all their Valiant Scuba tokens. So I need one more mana to cast Zenith Flares, and I milled 2 out of their deck. So, but they have 7 cards in hand. I'd imagine they probably have 1. So, do not think it's impossible here. Alright, keep their blue mana up if they need it. If they still don't hit another land here, okay, they hit another Triumph. Swamp off the top is probably not what we want to see. Alright, mill 2 more off the top. Zenith Flares do 14. I don't flat out just die to them as of right now. Okay, making more 1/1s. If they cycle again here, I will probably... Alright, I'll probably just flash in a Thieves Guild Enforcer now. So, I don't die to Zenith Flare here, but if I make sure I get as many rogues down now, I guarantee that I will be able to mill them out in a turn or two, so... Probably just gonna guarantee that I can mill them out in a turn or two. Alright. I guess that might have been dumb, because now Zenith Flares kill. And if they have the 1 in hand, we lose. Nice. I didn't think about that. I should have kept the mana available, but if they had literally a single mystical dispute in their hand, I just lost there anyways. All right, so it wasn't a perfect record, but we ended up from that set of games with a 4-1 record, so it wasn't that bad. I kind of just misplayed super hard on the cycling opponent. I haven't seen a cycling list that main boarded counter spells, so. But anyways, thank you all for catching me around. I usually stream on Mondays and Thursdays. The Twitch link will be in the description below. If you like what you saw here, I'll be happy to play some more Rogues, because Rogues is probably one of my favorite top decks besides Gruul Aggro and my pet deck that I'm trying to get together, but it's kind of hard to play my the Plume sacrifice decks because like all the top decks play huge creatures that you just have to kind of just kill, and you can't really eat very easily to claim the firstborn. So, but anyways, hope you all enjoyed it. If you like what you saw here, please subscribe and leave a comment if you have any ideas for maybe some other decks that you might want to see me play or talk about in description of how I feel about them. And until next time, be jolly, stay salty.